you are a B2B service-based business and you are looking to gain clients, create more impact and more revenue in your business, to amplify your marketing message with Campbell Rapin. This week, we're going to take you through to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing method, and making that convert consistency, well, on the inside. What if fun was the ultimate competitive advantage? My friends, it is. Welcome back to Amplify Your Marketing Message. I am your host, Christine Campbell Rapin, and I am here to raise a flag and invite you to bring the fun back into your business. I see so many long faces in that struggle to entrepreneurship, that it's a lonely road, that I never get a holiday, that it is the grind, blah, 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 blah. Is that you, my friend? If so, this is a giant life raft and a wake-up call, because that is not the only way to play. It's not the way I play, and I want to invite you to have a heck of a lot more fun in your business. If you have been following us on social media, you can find me on all platforms at ChristineCampbellRapin.com. You will know that we play a lot in our business. We choose our clients. We choose where we do business. We choose the hours we work, and fun is a non-negotiable. And I think that this is something you need to slow down and evaluate. I'm a Canadian. Some of you might know this. Some of you might find that as new information. And I live in a place that has snow. Shocking, right? Canadians who have snow. Well, I live in a place and I do love to ski, but truthfully, winter's a long period of time. And as a result of that, I always find ways to enjoy the sunshine in those long winter months, which means for us at the start of every year, we go on an event called the Marketer's Cruise. This is an event that in 2027 will have its 20th anniversary, and it is an exceptional room to be in. We go spend 8 or 9 days south on a cruise with 400 plus entrepreneurs looking for collaborations, looking to learn new skills, looking to be inspired, and yes, to play, break bread, and have fun with others who are in the world of entrepreneurship. And next year, if you want to come along, I want you to just note right now, message me on any platform you like or an email, hello@ChristineCampbellRapin.com, and say, tell me about the Marketer's Cruise, because I would love to have you join us. But after the Marketer's Cruise, we're not done playing with entrepreneurs in beautiful locations. We also are part of the San Juan Social Club cruise, which goes out in March. That always goes through the Caribbean. It is a ton of play. And this past year, we had over 500 entrepreneurs, everything from real estate to crypto to investment to philanthropy and to emerging entrepreneurs. And again, a room to learn, grow, connect, and chill, and bring the fun back into business. Because I think you need to hear that while it's my life and we can be a great role model, it has the potential to be your life too. We spend so much time thinking about the positioning and the messaging and ensuring that everything ticks the box. Is that enough to pull and inspire your next client from the weeds in the wilderness to here's my credit card? I want to be part of what you're creating. I want to learn from you, and I want to have the lifestyle that you have. Because if not, you are missing something critical and a unique competitive advantage. Many years ago, when I was first looking to hire my first mentor, a big part of my personal assessment was not just did they have great business skills, not just did they have knowledge that they could share and a philosophy and a way, a strategy to build business that was in alignment with what I personally wanted. I looked at them holistically. I looked at them from the perspective of, do they have strong relationships outside of the business? Because to me, yes, I absolutely love building a business that feels like oxygen, but it is one facet of the things that light me up as a human being. So I looked to the mentors and said, who has great relationships with their partner? Who has great relationships and time away from their business? Who enjoys the perks that they have created with the financial abundance they have created, who has and makes time for relationships, both the loud ones and big moments when you can be there to watch some big moment in time, but also the small, quiet moments that said, you have access to my phone number. I will make a proactive approach to you because I see you as not a transaction, but as a person I want to connect with, I care for, and I want to build memories with. And to me, that meant, that lens, that holistic lens meant I decluttered a whole bunch of people from contention. Because we do know many people who have one element of their life rocking, but so many treat that goal as one that is needed to be traded. So if you're great at business, you suck at family. If you're great at family, you can't prioritize building a business. And my friends, I don't believe that at all. At all. I think we have the capacity to expand. And so when moments of fun get presented, I always look at how do I say I can participate. And if I'm not having enough fun or I think the wrong conversations are happening, it is up to me. And I take that personal leadership on to say, Christine, that you need to curate it. And so my business today is a wild reflection that having fun isn't a trade. Having a great business doesn't mean I don't have a great marriage, a great relationship with my bonus kids, a great relationship with my parents, and all the other people that matter to me. I am expanding abundance. I'm expanding the quality of relationships. And I, yes, am fueled by great economic ability because I have a business that's rocking and others gravitate towards that. It's just a natural byproduct. But instead of just focusing on one lens, I want you to look at how are you showing up holistically, and do you need to bring more fun back into it? Because positioning and messaging is one part of it, but positioning and messaging of the lifestyle, of your values, of your philosophies is what people will hire you for. And I know because I hired for that when I was looking for my first mentors, and every mentor I've hired since gets measured against the holistic look of, do they love the life they have, not just the business they have. And I also know that people look at that when they're vetting me, and they're vetting Clear Acceleration Inc., the company that I represent, own, founded, and of course that fuels this podcast. People look at the fact that I spend weekends not working most weekends. I have people that come to me saying, I want to be on the Marketer's Cruise with you. I want to know what the San Juan Social Club is. I want to know how you're speaking internationally and in other places. And I want to know how you're doing it because I aspire to that lifestyle. And just a couple of weeks ago, I spent 2.5 weeks on cruise ships with other entrepreneurs. I ran my business from there. That left up lifestyle that you saw on social media doesn't happen to have a lot of bikinis in my world. It's just being honest. But it does have great poolside, great beachside, great laptop lifestyle moments. And so I supported global clients all week on the cruise ship. I had inspiration around me in rooms I felt a little intimidated by, if I'm being honest. And I also could hear mentors in my head said, you belong in that room. And when I was talking to clients and they're like, where are you? It's a common phrase when clients meet me. They're like, oh, I recognize the artwork isn't the one from your house where I run my business. Where are you? And it's always a different story. And then I said to them, I happen to be somewhere in the ocean, somewhere between X point and Y point. I could watch them say, I want that. And lean into, I know I'm on my way to getting it. And I want to share the story with my client, Laura, because Laura's worked with me for now, I would say about 10 months. She's taken 2 different programs, our group program, which is now Momentum to Millions, and she is in a Momentum Builders program now, which is accelerated accountability for the foundations she built in the first program. And she has had 2 moments in 2026 already where having fun wasn't a trade anymore. It was, I get to do this. I can do this. And I'm loving that I'm building a lifestyle that I feel feels like oxygen. First one is that she's a great big skier. And she's like, I can go on a ski trip for a week and still support my business and still recognize that playtime is key, but I can be talking about my business in conversations with social groups that I might not normally cross paths with, and somebody might know somebody that becomes a domino, a stepping stone for a conversation I would not have had if I'd said I need to stay home because I have to build my business. She could see that trip as an expansion. Fast forward a couple of months, her mother was spending time down south in the Caribbean. And she said, I think I could both support my mom, who is, like many of us, an aging senior, and I could run my business from there. And she said yes to that fun factor. And so she said, Christine, I'm going to be working here. We might need to adjust our times a little because of what she wanted to do from a play perspective, which I was completely fine to adapt to. And she said, I could learn to be effective while I had the life I wanted. And I want you to hear that, because the goal is, are you being effective and are you being expensive? Because capacity is always a solvable problem, and you need to stop thinking to have one, you must sacrifice the other. I'm not saying there's not effort and timelines and a runway. But what she realized, what Laura realized, was that I could spend 2 hours really effective using the skills and tools that we've been building for the last 10 months as part of our support for her as a client to build a business where she could still have offers go out, still have clients say yes, still have her social media happening, and still have a very clear path for what I call re-entry. When you leave a domestic laptop lifestyle moment, go back into home office. And that's an important piece of the puzzle, because we have different speeds when we're playing. And I think so often we think it's good for other people. I want to cast your imagination today to say, what if it's good for you? Because I really do believe that having fun is an ultimate competitive advantage. People do business with people. People want to say, I like these people. I want to aspire to be having memories and fun times with these people, because it is more than about checking the boxes. So many people look at this as, do I have value in my offer? Check. Do I have a clear result in my message? Check. Do I have the right audience? I hope the answer, my friends, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, is that you're saying, check. But I want to ask you this. Does the value, the result, the audience come together to create an experience, confidence that they want to jump in? And for me, that it comes down to, is it exciting? Do I get anticipation, those butterflies in my stomach about the lived experience on the other side? Do I have, in the weight of evaluation, a balance where I'm saying, whatever the investment is in time, money, bandwidth, skills, learning, discomfort, is it worth it? And I will tell you this. I had a single goal going into this calendar year. I want to say more often, and I say it a heck of a lot more than most, I love my life. I love the clients I choose. I love the conversations I step into. I love the investment in communities, in great fun experiences with other entrepreneurs. And when I see the gap, I create it. I create it in things like Turn On Our Client Waterfall event that we run throughout the year. I want it to be fun. I want the choices I make to be worth it. And if the fun isn't there, that worth it equation fatigues. Because we can rationalize that, that doing the work and doing the hustle will be one day worth it. But what if you actually didn't have a one-day philosophy? You had a yes, in the big scheme, one day there'll be a big moment. But what if we actually had fun in the small moments? And so again, if you're following me on social media, not only did you know that you should be playing with us on the Marketers Cruise and you should be playing with us in the San Juan Social Club, you also know that we celebrate a lot. We celebrate our wins when new clients come on board, because it is a beginning a partnership and a moment of great launch. But we are also celebrating our clients who said, my goal is that I have not just a great business, but I have a great family life. And I know I shared the story of Laura, but Laura and Dan were in a program together, and Dan is in the same place as Laura is, and his vision just looks a little different. Last year on Christmas Eve, he sent me a photo, and I have this cardinal rule with all my clients. Anytime you're celebrating something, you text me, send me a message. I don't care when it is. I want to be in that moment with you because I want fun to be part of the experience. And he had set a goal when we started with him last May that if I could create this outcome, I would have this specific reward. The specific reward was family time. Family time and making memories with his daughter, who is a young preteen. And they sent me a picture of the family together in New York City, skating in Rockefeller Center, and he said, "We made it." I want you to have that kind of experience in your business, where fun is the ultimate competitive, and you're saying, "We made it. I'm creating it. It is a value, a result, and an audience, but with people I can't wait to play with, can't wait to do memories with." And when you're working, because yes, effort is part of the plan, you're sure it's worth it. Because without the fun factor, while it may be a technically sound offer, it is flat. It is one-dimensional. But the business I have is not one-dimensional. If you follow or step in or you're a regular subscriber here, you know that. It's magnetic. We're having fun. We pull people who want to have fun. And because that's how we roll, I will tell you, great byproduct. We have clients that move faster. We move faster. We look at an opportunity and don't think, what do I trade? What do I have to balance and give and take? We think, how can we expand into it? And as a result, it clicks. And we don't find ourselves convincing. Because I have a cardinal rule. If you want to work with us, you will choose to do that. My job is to make you the offer. Your job is to decide, do I keep my problem or do I solve my problem? And so I have one simple goal. I get out of bed every day with this intention. I invite people to choose themselves. I invite you to step into a business where you are a category one, where how you see life, how you play, who you play with is a differentiator in the marketplace. It doesn't have to be this complicated, my friends, because there's a very big difference. You've heard the term having an irresistible offer. It is very different when you're in the irresistible energy, but I want to invite you to challenge you to don't just think about the offer being irresistible. Think about your business being an irresistible partner that people want to play with. And I am so proud that I know we create that because I hear it from Dan. I hear it from Laura. I hear it from friends and collaborative partners that say, you are living the life I want. And my invitation is always the same. Then come join us. Come to the events we do. Come be part of the events I curate. Come be a client because this, what we have, I teach. This, what we have, I role model. And I know there's a whole new level of play ahead. We're already booked for 2027 because we have confidence we can get there, do it, expand with it, and bring some cool people with us. So my friends, this is my invitation to you. Are you having enough fun in your business? If the answer is not a heck yes, Christine, I love my life, then you have one task right now. Send me a message. Let's have a conversation and let's ignite that engine because your business, your family, your community will be enriched when you're having a lot more fun and a lot more success and a lot more mutual wins. So let's do that. Christine Campbell Rapin's how you reach me. I can't wait to have that conversation, my friends. It is go time. Let's play together. I'll see you soon. That's That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform so you don't miss an episode. And visit Christine Campbell Rapin /podcast to get a source on how to map your marketing message on our next episode.